So one of the things that we want to talk about today is a 35th annual marathon. Can you imagine? 35 years this has been going on. And with us in the studio right now we have Ron Hayden. He is a runner himself, but also an organizer of this event that's been going on for 35 years.
I am.
You are?
I am.
So it's called the Tri-Cities Marathon, sponsored by Trios.
Sponsored by Trios Health, that's correct.
Trios Health. And so a marathon is 26 miles, right?
26.2 miles. Can't forget point two.
Point two.
Which is sometimes the hardest. It's like
It is the hardest.
Everybody
It's
says.
really
after
is.
you go up Doomsday Hill on Bloomsday, it gets harder.
Yeah, that's correct.
Where is this? Where will people be running?
So we start and finish at the Shiloh Inn in Richland. We run out and we run through all three cities. So we run through Pasco, Kennewick, and Richland. We run across all three of the bridges, and we cross the I-182 bridge twice. So we go out, cross the I-182 bridge, run up the pedestrian path, cross the Blue Bridge, do out and back in Columbia Park, run up to the cable bridge, cross the cable bridge, get back on the path, and run back to the Shiloh Inn.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of a nice outing.
Yeah.
Hanging around here. Yeah, good. All right. Hey, tell me about preparation for marathon, because nobody goes and, starts running 26 miles all of a sudden.
No, they don't. And I'm actually running this marathon again for the first time in 5 or 6 years. So I'm right in the middle of the preparation. So like last month I've run 121 miles. Just to get ready to run 26.2 miles. So it doesn't make a lot of sense sometimes, but yeah. So, I usually put in, if you're going for a good time, sometimes you put in 50 or 60 miles if you're younger. The older guys like me, sometimes only put in 30 or 40 miles per week.
Oh, wow. When is this event?
The event is October 25th. It's the last Sunday in October. It starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. And so we should have the first runners finishing in about 2.5 hours. And then the slower runners, like myself, we usually finish in about 5.5 or 6 hours.
All right, well, we've got a bunch of different categories here. We've got women's masters, men's masters. Masters, what is that, a really delightful and polite way of saying older folks?
Older
like you
folks,
and me?
yes. And we've limited to 40 years or older for masters.
Okay.
So, but those are associated with the relay portion of the race. So you can enter and run the full 26.2 miles as a marathoner, or you can put a team together. And the team is 2, 3, or 4 runners. You decide. And depending on the makeup, we've got a bunch of different categories: women's masters, men's, corporate, co-ed, and co-ed masters, and then there's the open division.
A lot of those masters folks will surprise you.
Oh yes, they
gosh,
do.
yeah.
Yes, we've got a lot of people who've been doing this for a lot of years, and they're just as fast as the young kids.
I used to dabble in some of those strongman competitions they had down at the
Yeah.
park. And some of those masters guys like myself, this was years ago, I was like 20 years older than all the young guys. Some of those master guys, they kind of put a look on the youngins.
I always, when I start passing a younger person, I always look at them and say, "You're not going to let a 60-year-old guy beat you, are you?" And they look at me, and so then they take off, and so now it's my chance to get back at them.
Wow, that's that's cruel. That's harsh. Okay, so what does it cost? What does it cost me?
To do the marathon, it's $70, and that includes everything that you need to run the 26.2 miles on race day. Water, Gatorade at each one of the 8 stations. There's 8 stations every 2 miles. It gets you insurance for the race. It also gets you a T-shirt for the race. All race finishers also get a medal, finisher's medal, and then there's age group awards for the different age group categories.
Everyone gets a medal?
Everyone that crosses the finish line that runs the marathon not only gets one, they deserve one too.
Yes, they do. So this is a run-walk type thing. I mean,
It
how many
is.
people are actually running for 26 solid miles? A
Probably 95% of them run the whole race, but there are people, like a couple years ago we had a gal that was 8 months pregnant, and she walked the race and finished within the 5-hour time limit. So yeah, we've got a whole bunch of different types of people. Some start, you can get an early start, so you can start at 6 o'clock as long as you're done by 1, so that, that's 7 hours, and do 26 miles, you can walk a portion of it.
Yeah. Wow, that's really great. Okay, so it is October 25th, and where do we go to sign up and to learn more?
Okay, we can go. You can go to actually the race is put on by the Three Rivers Roadrunners, and our website is www.3rrr.org. And if you go there, there's a page for the marathon. You can click on it, and you can also get a listing of all the other races in the Tri-Cities area.
Ah, okay. All right, sounds like a good place to go. 3rrr.org. Okay, O-R-G. All right, Ron Hayden, hey, thanks a lot for coming and sharing this information about the Tri-Cities Marathon, sponsored by Trios Health, 35th year. Good luck to you personally.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Do your best on that day.
As long as I finish. Finishing would be my best.
All
That's
right.
what I want to do.
All right, Ron, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, we're back in a moment. Stick around. This is Meet in the Middle. I'm Christine Brown.